to you. To me, it's 10 minutes from the new day, which would be March 19th, 2023. We're 2 days away from starting anew. Yes, and then we're like 2 more days away from starting a real new over the collective. Pluto's in 29 degrees, 55 seconds, just like Saturn was when it was in my opposition. Saturn in Aquarius to my opposition, Saturn in Leo at 29 degrees and 55 minutes. But today, it's actually Pluto at 29 degrees and 55 minutes of Capricorn, getting ready to move in Aquarius in 4 days. 55 minutes of Pluto takes 4 days. That's wild to get to the next sign, because once it passes 29 degrees and 59 seconds, it'll be at 0 degrees and 0 seconds of Pluto in Aquarius. And whoa, is sugar honey iced tea gonna hit the fan?
Let me just say this. When I talk, I'm rude. When I don't talk, I got an attitude. So what I'm supposed to do, bark?
So welcome to Get a Life Astrology. I am TMZ, teaching everyone abundantly, empowering many, Zakia enlightening every day. I'm going with the red lippy for Aries season because, like I said, we're getting ready to start. And there's so many things in Aries we have behind me. We have Jupiter in Aries. We have Chiron in Aries. The sun and all these other things are still in Pisces. So literally, we're having endings and beginnings. All these things that are in Pisces are ending. They're wrapping up things. And all these things in the Aries are beginning. Jupiter is beginning its new cycle. Chiron is beginning its new cycle of healing. Jupiter is expanding the healing because they are conjunct. That is why we're leaving the conjunct here, because there's so many things that are conjunct here in Pisces and Aries. Let's talk about it. Let's also talk about how I finally put up the houses and I moved down the modes and the elements. So first house is the Aries house. Can we see the word Aries? It's so much here. Aries, okay? I covered up these because somehow when my daughter bought this backdrop for me, it had the age of Aquarius already set. So you know there's big changes when Pluto hits Aquarius, okay? Because they literally have started everything in Aquarius. That's why the 1, 2, 3 of all the degrees, 360 degrees, 36 degrees is what it stopped in Capricorn. Pluto is the planet that is the furthest out from everything. It's been in Capricorn. It's been in Saturn's sign. And now it's getting ready to move into Saturn's other sign. So Saturn has been running the show. And then Saturn has moved into Pisces, as you know. There it is at 1 degree. So we got a lot going on. Literally. So as I looked through what was going on in Pisces, we actually have Mercury in 29 degrees and 48 minutes. And Mercury is an inner planet. It's closer to the sun. So it moves as fast as the sun. The sun moves every day, of course. And the sun is at 28 degrees. So like I said, we have 2 more days today, which is now March 19th, 2023. And tomorrow, by the 21st, we will be out of Pisces season and in the new beginnings of Aries season, the new year, the actual new year. So those of you who are wondering why so many things are about to change, literally it's getting ready to come from the changing of the collective planet, the one that controls the collective the most, that transforms. It brings in power and rebirth, or it can bring in fear and destruction. So Pluto is getting ready to change into Aquarius. We've had like this mutable energy with all these things in Pisces, and now, as I said, Mercury, I put with the Aries crew because Mercury will be in Aries as of today, March 19th. So we have Mercury at 0 degrees. We have Jupiter and Chiron conjunct at 16 degrees. Let me turn the camera around. I know y'all love my red poppin' lipstick. Cardinal signs, let's get it. Cardinal signs initiate and fire signs inspire. So inspiring your information is coming in. Inspiring information is definitely coming in. We have 1 degree of Saturn. They're not conjunct, but they are next to each other in endings with Pisces and beginnings. So we are ending a cycle in Saturn. Still just entering Pisces. But let's get back to the Aries. See, we have to go bouncing back and forth because literally we're ending things to start new beginnings. We're starting new beginnings with what we're healing from our beginning life, from our childhood, with Chiron and Aries conjunct at 15 degrees to Jupiter and Aries. Thank you, Zane. At 16 degrees. Not to mention the 12th house and the first house. 12th house is endings, it's subconsciousness, it's everything Pisces. It's ruled by Pisces, which is why we have it here. When we break down the rising signs, maybe later today, we will discuss where you have Pisces energy and especially Aries energy. Aries risings have first house. We will have to explain. Give me a minute to look at my notes, but just basically, this is what's going on as of today, March the 9th. We have again Pluto remaining in a Capricorn for 2 to 4 more days. And then it'll be in Aquarius. We have the moon in Aquarius currently getting ready to move into Pisces by midday today or later today, March the 19th, and getting ready for the new moon in Aries 2 days later. At the same time, the sun moves into Aries. But right now, these are the things we have in Aries. Again, Chiron and Jupiter are conjunct in 1 degree apart, healing things from your childhood, from the beginning of you, and expanding on that, bringing abundance. And if you take this opportunity to heal from Chiron being conjunct to Jupiter, it can start off these great new energies for you. New information coming in about this healing, new information that maybe will help you heal from what happened in the beginning of your life. And the sun will shortly be in to illuminate all that, as well as the moon. All right, in Taurus, we have Venus that just entered. Venus moves every 3 weeks, so she's ahead of the game. She's ahead of her brother Mercury and Mars, literally that's been stuck here in Gemini, but getting ready to move in Cancer because it's at 27 degrees. Those are the fastest planets. Mercury, Mars, and Venus, along with the sun and the moon, they move the fastest. But because Mars is in retrograde in Gemini all this time, it's getting ready to finally move and will catch up with his lover Venus and his brother-in-law, Mercury. All right. We have the North Node, of course, in 4 degrees of Taurus, getting ready to change in another 2 months. Right now, we're still in the 4th degree of the North Node in Taurus, which would oppose the South Node in Scorpio being in 4 degrees too. This is a great conjunction with Venus, conjunct the North Node at between 1 degree. Venus is the planet of pleasure, beauty, love, relationships, finances. And the North Node is our destiny as a collective. It is our destiny to love ourselves enough and take care of ourselves enough that our finances can be, and Venus is at home in good old Taurus, okay? So this is why it's extra potent for you to get your way at this moment, to beautify yourself, make yourself look wonderful, please yourself, and it be what you're aligned with anyway, being conjunct North Node. Now we have Uranus still in Taurus. It's literally in the middle of Taurus. Uranus is one of the outer planets, so it's moving the slowest. It does have 2 more years in Taurus. It is not conjunct much as of now. All right. Again, we have Mars still in Gemini. We have Mars in Gemini for another few days. Then he'll be moving into Cancer this coming week. Let's come back over here. We have Neptune in Pisces at 25 degrees. Neptune is an outer planet, so Neptune will be in Pisces for another 2 years as well, until about 2025 as well. Saturn will be here in Pisces for another 2 years. So Saturn is a inner outer planet. I forget how you call it, but it's like moves slow. It takes 2 years to go through a sign, and it just entered Pisces. And then as we have the sun and the moon are not quite conjunct, but they're getting ready to be very in the same sign, so it's very close. The moon and Aqua, by the time you see this, will be right at the end, and it'll be switching by midday to evening time on today, March the 19th now. So that is all we have to show for the current day. If you have any questions about what is conjunct, you can look here and use the color codes to see if they're close in degree, like Chiron and Jupiter are, like Venus and the North Node are, kind of like the Sun and the Moon are, but they're not really conjunct. I just let you know, and you can also ask. Now, one aspect that I do want to make note of is that the square. So it would happen between modes. So we're looking at mutable modes, okay? Mutable water and mutable air. So everything in Pisces is squaring, everything that's close in degree is in Pisces is squaring Mars in Gemini over here. So what do you see in close degrees? The Sun and Mars. Okay, the Sun is illuminating the information that Mars is aggressively giving as it leaves out of Gemini at 27 degrees, which is squaring because they are in the same mode of mutable energy, changing energy. So as Mars is going out with a bang, the Sun is showing, and the Sun in Pisces loves kind of to show some negative emotions. You know, water signs are emotional, okay? So some negative things that are getting ready to come out before the Sun actually leaves Pisces and Mars actually leaves Gemini. So even though Mars is about to go into a water sign, the Sun is about to go into a fire sign. So literally, when the Sun moves into a fire sign and the Moon moves into a fire sign that's actually a cardinal sign in the mode, right? It'll continue to square because they'll both be in cardinal signs, cardinal water for Mars in Cancer very soon, and cardinal fire for the Sun in Aries really soon. So literally they're going to continue to square off. There's going to still be information coming in, and it's not going to be very nurturing, okay, in Cancer. It's going to bring out some emotions in Cancer. Mars is not doing its best. It's not very aggressive when it's in Cancer. It may be emotionally aggressive, so expect a lot of emotional reactions out of people, especially with Mercury in the aggressive sign of Aries. This information is getting ready to be aggressive. Side note for those of us who are truthers, I'm sure you all have seen this message that I'm getting ready to post after I say this of DJT saying that he will be locked up this week. Now, we all know with Neptune and Pisces, okay? And a lot of things in Pisces, not just Neptune, but Saturn being in Pisces. Saturn likes to restrict things. So Saturn is kind of restricting our emotions to these illusions, limiting our emotions to these illusions that are coming from Neptune and Pisces. So just keep that in mind as we get this powerful information from Mercury coming in aggressively as Jupiter expands it, as Chiron tries to heal those who are not going to understand this, as Pluto transforms it, leaving a cardinal sign and coming to a fixed sign. And we just had all that fixed energy in Saturn and Aquarius. Now that Saturn is in Pisces, giving this emotionally negative, overwhelmingly, our conscious is very unaware. Our unconscious energies coming in. We are wrapping up these energies though, because everything is in the ending sign, going into the new energy. So as we are having these endings for new beginnings, we are literally transforming air. And then like a lot of people get Aquarius signs mixed up with this water bearer picture. As you can see, like this is a water jug. These are airwaves. We're literally about to have 20 years, even though Pluto will retrograde and go back into Capricorn for about 7 months, 6 months when it goes back into Capricorn in June. Pluto is literally about to come in with this airwaves of energy in Aquarius and transform everything. Now remember, Pluto is fear as well as power. So either step into your power, and I'm going to go over this again probably in the morning when I can have more light in this room, but we're talking about transformation of Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy is humanity, so that's definitely the big deal here. Transforming the society. Okay, Pluto is rebirthing society, rebirthing a lot of us, not just those who are aware, and we're kind of ready for this. Definitely rebirth of those who are unaware and got to get ready for this. AI coming in. They're literally been telling us since our lifetimes have began, because it's been happening since most of us over 40 have been born, that they've been telling us about UFOs. And anyway, technology, AI, aliens, what else? Humanity, rebellion. Rebellion, y'all. So Pluto is getting ready to enter Uranus's sign. Uranus rules Aquarius. Uranus is in Taurus over here. So we're getting ready to have Uranus energy, fixed energy, that's getting ready to rock the airwaves and the earth, being Taurus, being in Uranus, okay? Resources. So the ruling sign of whatever, even though Pluto is definitely running the show in Aquarius, Uranus is also working with Pluto because Uranus is the ruler of that sign. So right, Uranus is rebellion. Uranus is surprise, unexpectedness, and Pluto is transformation. So we're getting ready to get unexpected surprises, unexpected transformation, unexpected fears. Nobody is expecting DJT to get locked up for real, because we don't know. This Neptune in Pisces is tricking us all day, every day. The illusions are real. Media and celebrities and leaders of all sorts on the TV are telling lies to our visions, and Neptune is assisting with that. Some of us are too serious and do need to dream more, but you got to watch your dreams with Neptune and Pisces. And we literally been under Neptune and Pisces since 2011, and we got like 2 more years to go. So just watch what you've learned. Pluto is getting ready to transform everything that we have thought we've known. And as it goes back into Capricorn, it's going to remember some things that we haven't cleaned up, some things that we haven't ended with all this Pisces energy for the new, which is the Aries energy. Okay? We have Jupiter here at 60 degrees going to wrap up and move into Taurus in May, which is going to expand our finances after we learn this little lesson that we're getting ready to learn about all these illusions that we've been going through, about what society has been realizing and blocking. Pluto, again, I can't express this enough. Either steps you in your power or it brings fear over you. And you can be anxious as heck or ready for change. And even though it's moving into a fixed sign, it's persistent when it's in a fixed sign. Any planet is going to be persistent. Uranus is in Taurus. Persistently, we have been rebellious as a society, or persistently, we have been stuck, which is Taurus energy too, stuck in stubbornness and not wanting change. And once you get change, once Neptune does make you realize the illusions you realize, and once Saturn pulls you back from those restrictions and you see the change you need to make, the change is for the better. It's for the new energy coming in. It's for the new information coming in with Mercury and Aries. It's for the new healing with Chiron and Aries, Chiron and Aries. It's for the expanding and abundance that you're going to receive with Jupiter in Aries, as well as when Jupiter hits Taurus. Especially if you have Jupiter in Taurus. Miss Soul Ra. Ooh, and the Aries energy is aggressive, y'all. So we have gotten to yet argument number 216. I don't know, but this Aries energy is heavy, as well as the new moon in Aries coming in. So just to tie all this in, and then to go through everybody's purposes with each house, with Pluto and where you have Pluto. I have Pluto in the 12th house, so I'm wrapping up a lot, y'all. I have Pluto in the 12th house. I have Libra, Pluto and Libra in the 12th house. So I'm wrapping up these, I'm ending things and ending cycles with the people that I've had relationships with my Pluto being a Libra. So Libra being a generational planet, Pluto, again, is only in Capricorn. Libra is 4 signs away from Capricorn. So that's 4 generations. We have Pluto in Scorpio, which is the millennials. They have been transforming because Pluto is at home. It's rules Scorpio. They have literally been transforming their whole existence, the millennials. We have Pluto in Sagittarius, which is the Generation Z. My daughter and them, my oldest daughter and my only son. Generation Z, the ones who have traveled near and far and have the higher learning and have the expanding positive energy that Pluto brought in their generation. We have Pluto currently in Capricorn, where all these babies are bosses. All these babies are going to make us they're going to initiate things. They're going to be leaders, with Pluto being in Capricorn when they were born. So that's my youngest daughter, my grandson. Pluto in Libra, my generation. The transformation of relationships. This is when people were either divorced, people were starting same-sex relationships, people were starting, and I'm not saying starting because these things have been happening, but they became more prevalent. Divorce became more prevalent with Pluto and Libra. Couples therapy became more prevalent with Pluto and Libra. Business relationships became more prevalent with Pluto and Libra relationships, and not just relationships, diplomacy, being harmonizing, trying to make things work, especially with finances, because Libra is ruled by Venus as well. So when you look at your different generations, I didn't speak of Pluto and Virgo that much. That is the baby boomers. Pluto and Virgo is about getting your health and the service you give to others together. And what's funny about the Pluto and Virgo generation is that the baby boomers are the ones who are still have a chokehold on us. Literally, Virgo is a mutable sign. It's change, but it's an earth, mutable earth. So changing the earth can be tough. Breaking through that ground. We're breaking through that stubborn energy, kind of, even though Virgo is adaptable, it's still earth. It's still tough. And it's about the money, it's about the service, it's about the health, it's about the perfection, it's about the judgment. So when you get the baby boomers, you get those that really are kind of tough but will adjust or have to adjust. And we'll see that as Pluto moves. But anyway, stay tuned, please, for more on your rising signs as Pluto transform, as we also have the new moon in your sign. Is for Aries risings, new moon, and any risings is going to be about your body and how you're going to start new. Shout out to Sweets, my college buddy from DC, and we both went to Virginia State University. He's class of 98, I believe, and I'm 2000. 97, he's class of 97. Long story short, he's a personal trainer now, and I'm going to get my body straight because my new moon in Aries will be in my 6th house. It should be my 7th because I have it, and the 6th and the 7th. I have it in the 6th and the 7th. So the 6th house is the Virgo house, the house of health. The 7th house is the house of relationships. I'm working on health and relationships at the same damn time because I have Aries in 2 houses, just like I have Libra in the 1st and the 12th house. That is for people that have double houses, but not necessarily Aries house like me. Anyway, I'm sorry, I have Aries in the 6th and 7th house, not Aries house. The Aries house is the 1st house. Right there. Y'all, it's late. Let me get to sleep so I can get up and do those rising signs for you. I'm TMZ, teaching everyone abundantly, empowering many, Zakia, enlightening every day, and this is Get a Life Astrology, growing into divine adults and loving yourself forever. And Miss Sora, I love you forever. Don't you ever forget. Peace, y'all.